Hello, I'm Sonda Christensen, and this is my presentation. My chosen topic was persuasion, and the research article was The Impact of Mass Media on US Homicides. This was written by David P. Phillips. I will be providing you with an overview of the key points in the research article, along with expanding on an aspect of the findings in the research. So I have titled this project, Learning Vicariously Through the Persuasion of the Media. This research article reveals that subjects exposed to violence behave more violently. The focus of this research study was the impact of publicized prize fights. They gathered data regarding homicides in a certain time period and compared them to a list of televised prize fights. They tested the data against different variables in order to examine alternative explanations. One variable was the precipitation theory. In the theory of precipitation, it suggests that the violence would have happened anyway, and that watching the violence on TV only sped up an inevitable outcome. They tested this theory by examining whether or not there was a dip in homicides soon after. A 3-week period was examined. There was no significant dip, so the precipitation hypothesis appears to be implausible. The gambling theory is the next one that they tested, and it theorizes that aggression associated with gambling is the cause of the increase in homicides. It is tested by comparing homicides to other events that cause an increase in gambling, primarily the Super Bowl. Homicides do not increase in correlation to the Super Bowl. The third thing that they tested was the personal experience theory. This theorizes that the subject's behavior will only be affected if they personally experienced the violence. This was tested by comparing homicides in the United States after a prize fight that was televised in a foreign country. The comparison proved that homicides in the United States rise significantly even if the prize fight was in another country. Therefore, that theory was disproven as well. The fourth one that they tested is modeling. The first one is modeling aggression, that prize fights trigger homicides through modeling of aggression. As you will see in the handout, this hypothesis is disproven. And then victim modeling. A person is more likely to imitate an aggressor on the screen if he is similar to that aggressor. And a person is more likely to aggress against a target victim if his target is similar to the victim that is on the screen. The following results show evidence that supports the victim modeling hypothesis. The research examined the impact of white loser and black loser prize fights. Both show a significant increase in US homicides. Ultimately, the research did prove that homicides rise significantly after watching violence on TV. The conclusion is that the best available explanation is that the prize fight provokes some imitative, aggressive behavior, which results in an increase in homicides. Expanding on the aspect of modeling, let's talk about vicarious observation and modeled learning. Modeled learning has proven effective in many areas, so much that Hollywood has been using it for years as a way to ensure that the audience connects with the on-screen character. This clip from Mean Girls is a good portrayal of mostly harmless modeling that occurs every day.
Major, one day, maybe next week, I'm gonna meet ya. I'll meet ya.
So, how does watching a movie persuade a person's behavior? The viewer connects in a personal way with the character. There are several ways that this can happen. Vicarious learning, observational learning, and modeling. Put simply, people learn by watching others. It really does start at birth. Growing children learn by watching their parents. It is no surprise that they can and do learn what they see on TV as well.
I saw Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops.
Referring back to the research article, victim modeling hypothesis showed the most significant increase in US homicides. A person is more likely to imitate an aggressor on the screen if he is similar to that aggressor, and a person is more likely to aggress against a target victim if his target is similar to the victim on the screen. How similar does the aggressor have to be? It is plausible that an aggressor with psychological problems may see maladaptive similarities that provoke them to commit violent acts. Let's take a look at some movie clips that promote violence. Also, we are going to take a look at mass shootings with possible connections to mass media and how these shootings may have led to additional violence. American Horror Story. One of the most popular characters on the show is named Tate. He is very attractive and the center of a star-crossed romance. When viewers find out that he is a sadistic killer and committed mass murder at his high school, the character simply becomes more popular. The Matrix. In this sci-fi movie, everyone lives in the Matrix, and in the Matrix, nothing is real. Neo, the hero of the movie, kills countless people, but it's okay, because everyone is in the Matrix. The Matrix was released in 1999, just 21 days before the Columbine massacre. Neo is armed with a specialized vest that holds all of his artillery. During an investigation of the property of the Columbine shooters, they found a sketch that matched what Neo was wearing. They also found journal entries that stated "Free yourself from the Matrix." The shooters were also dressed similarly to the characters of the Matrix. It is well known that these shooters were dressing this way long before the shooting. However, one might speculate that when they saw the Matrix, they felt a connection to the characters. Obviously, these shooters were already aggressors, but the Matrix may have given them the final nudge to take action. The Columbine massacre was a day that shocked the nation. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 13 people and then turned their guns on themselves. Many believe that Eric and Dylan singled out their victims. One survivor on the news the day of the tragedy told news reporters that Eric and Dylan told her they were killing everyone who was mean to them. Prior to Columbine, there has been 10 similar mass shootings. Since Columbine, there have been 74 incidents regarding guns on school campuses. Next, I've compiled a slideshow that demonstrates a very small handful of mass murder incidents.